Bonsoir, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to TIF Crossroads. And we are starting off with a momentous match, folks. Kevin Owens, the prize fighter himself, is fighting against the debuting Rainmaker Kazuchika Okada. And this is a landmark debut. We announced it earlier on all the way back, but now he's making his debut. My name is Kay. A is beside me, and how are we feeling today?
Oh, how are we feeling? I thought you'd never ask. I'm feeling great because, being honest, and so me and my familiarities of, coming from the States, I'm not quite familiar with Okada and what he can do within this ring. I'll be very serious. So Kevin Owens in here, getting ready to showcase, I'm quite frankly, I'm interested and intrigued as to what Okada's effect is going to be on the TIF and bigger world. Are we going to even see him at Dark of the Moon? I mean, look, this guy is a star in a star. Like, he's one of one as they come, and he is not saying profanes on this program yet. You see the man himself on and out. The fans roaring for him. And Kay, who do you remember in recent memory to get an entrance like this? Okada is being treated like the crown prince, and he hasn't even sat on the throne yet.
Well, listen, I have to disagree with you, and I hate to do that, but Okada is on the throne. He owns the throne. If you're somehow not familiar with Okada's work, you can't even call yourself a wrestling fan, in my opinion. Kazuchika Okada has been the most influential Japanese wrestler in the last 15 years. His IWGP Heavyweight Championship reign speaks for itself. He has multiple match of the year candidates, multiple 5-star matches. Kazuchika Okada is a different level of professional wrestler. He's gonna go down as one of the greats, if not already. And Kevin Owens is gonna try and play spoiler to this. I mean, I'm at a loss for words now. This is a momentous day for TIF NJPW, and the bell rings, the most welcome bell I've ever heard, and Okada going straight to work.
Beautiful with the drop of the leg. In this TIF Crossroads card, we do have a fun, bout up ahead. We do have Agent Fox of the AWF hosting an open challenge. Stomp right there. And it would be interested to see, he's daring anyone to, step up and respond for the Survivor Series events. 1, 2, almost. Sent in as a bit of a liaison from Blitz of the Cons. I was in that War Games match. Big whip. Okada straight to Kevin Owens off the ropes. Missed the kick that time. KO learned. And Kevin Owens himself, he is bled in this TIF ring already. He shared a lot of time here. He has to defend home court, as, some would call it, in a sense that he cannot let Okada take his momentum away. These fans, they're like a tide wave. It can shift by the second, by the minute, and Okada raining down appropriate, what they call it, haymakers. Oh, man. Excuse me, and again, off the ropes, the agility of Okada. Oh, beautiful.
And funny enough, Kazuchika Okada and Kevin Owens, they were close to meeting back in, and you see a nice flapjack, back in Ring of Honor. A lot of New Japan imports were coming to Ring of Honor. These two were like 2 ships passing in a night. Kevin Owens, though, did face Shinsuke Nakamura back at a War of the World, so to speak, at Ring of Honor, and he had Kevin Owens, he had Shinsuke Nakamura on the ropes in that matchup.
Now Owens.
That just goes to show he's familiar with
down and out. Okada
hard
spin kick.
For the wrestle style. And look at that. Oh.
Rainmaker. 1, 2. Kick up. Beautiful right there. That was a hell of a display from Okada. He's going straight, attacking Scorpion Sting half and cranking it up.
Look at that right there. The money clip by Okada. I mean, this guy's got, he's got maneuvers, folks. Don't get it twisted.
Who? Owens going for that stunner, and Okada slipping out of the way. Just
that back fist, that Yuriken, another Japanese legend move. Asia Kong employed that back in All Japan Women's Wrestling, and Okada paying tribute to her. But this sleeper hold now is the classic wrestling hold. Kevin Owens with the jawbreaker. Man,
down.
these two guys, I mean, talk about different wrestling upbringings. Okada was sort of born and bred for greatness. Started off as a young lion in New Japan, had an excursion that, you know, to North America that he's been open about not liking. And Okada with the cocky cover here, it's not gonna do it, but it is gonna upset Kevin Owens, and I'm not sure that's what you want to do against the prize fighter.
Okada may be a little bit full of himself.
Works off the anger.
Rainmaker! Hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3! Oh, whoa! Wasn't checking a stopwatch, but I'm stunned, folks. How fast was that?
And Okada, after a couple of Spanish flies and another one, you see it right there, got the job done here. And, you know, hey, you're talking about your stun. Quite honestly, I think Okada had the momentum in this matchup. This is his debut. This is his first time wrestling on TIF NJPW, but this is home grounds for Okada. The sun never sets on the Rainmaker, especially here in the land of the rising sun.
There. You have more TIF Crossroads on, and up next, we hope you're enjoying the program. And let's see what Agent Fox is going to get from our boys in the back. Welcome back to TIF Crossroads. My name is A. Beside me, the Great K. And we have the Decepticons of the Actions Wrestling Federation getting ready to make their way to the ring. Their leader, Blitz, feels slighted and annoyed by a lot of things, specifically the man fighting in the main event, the Anomaly TIF IC champion Deuce. And rightfully so, he's sending these two in to get some sort of response from us, you know, settle this like real competitors, real gladiators. Because at the end of the day, even though the Decepticons may be a rambunctious bunch and group, as you see Indian Savage up there in the front, Agent Fox in the back with the black hockey mask, if you're unfamiliar with them. But these men do respect that ring. They do respect what it's about. And at the end of the day, they are some of the most fierce competitors I have ever gotten the privilege of following and researching in my career. Agent Fox, a man of military background, Indian Savage, a man who played a lot of basketball in his day, captain some teams, competed for the best of it, and now, who from TIF responds for the events of War Games? Wait a minute, Kay. Oh, what a minute! Wait a minute! Kay!
Oh my goodness! The goddess of storms herself, Jade Cargill, has swept in for the challenge.
And she is marching to the ring. On this episode of TIF Crossroads, I am witnessing they did their part. They sent in a gladiator, did they not?
But hey, do you really think Jade Cargill is gonna try and take on Agent Fox right here, right now?
I don't think. It appears we know as the crowd takes her aura all in, as some could say. The best is here, the best are here on TIF Crossroads. Jade Cargill against the AWF's Agent Fox. And shout out, good luck to Cargill, because Agent Fox is very tall mammoth of a man, military background. He's, it's not the only military background man fighting in tonight's Crossroads card. You'll see Cody Rhodes and Icehouse Jones in steel cage for the AWF Intercontinental Championship tonight as well. But right now you're seeing Jade Cargill and Agent Fox. Oh! Down and so.
And Agent Fox and Indian Savage
No
come from a long
way!
line. Big slam by Jade Cargill. And she's showing the strength, the goddess of storms herself is showing that godly strength. But Agent Fox, I was just about to say, Agent Fox and Indian Savage come from a long line of Gaijin foreign wrestlers. I mean, you go all the way back to the 70s and 80s with Bruiser Brody, Stan Hansen, Vader. A lot of those guys were the powerhouses. They struck fear in the hearts of the Japanese fans. And I think that's what Agent Fox and Indian Savage evoke here today in the modern times.
And swinging Cargill into the corner turnbuckle.
They remind me of the Legion of Doom, Hawk and Animal, coming out to Iron Man with the malice in their faces and danger in their hearts.
And Cargill right to the square chin of Agent Fox. What the
But Jade Cargill, I don't think there's any precedent for her.
This is a showing from Cargill, adding insult to injury as the match continues on. Agent Fox caught for a win. I'm pretty sure he was expecting probably a Jacob Fatu, probably expecting anybody but Jade. And right with the elbow and big Superman clobbering punch hooks the leg down. 1, 2. Cargill lives to see more light. And what does this mean again for the women's division to see Jade big spear? To see Jade Cargill here. If I'm Roxanne Perez, I'm gonna start counting my days. Oh, uppercut.
All this means that Jade Cargill does not discriminate in who gets the hands. She will take on any challenge, anywhere, any foe, any kind.
And
that's how much she believes in herself.
Agent Fox in a position he doesn't want to be in. Scrambling, trying to get out the hold. Right down in spikes. Jaded hooks it. 1, 2. No. Jade having fun with the fans. Fun with the crowd. Went for the big boot on Fox. Out the way. Ducks out. Dodge. Big backbreaker. It's interesting to see how Jade is going to mesh with the TIF style of things. There's going to be a lot of critics that say, oh, Jade is here. And then the bell rang. A lot of people aren't going to believe that she can or is capable of keeping up in a Crossroads ring. And here, into the corner turnbuckle.
Well, listen, when you look like that, you don't need to learn every single maneuver in the book. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. A lot of these guys in TIF are veterans of this business. Lest we forget, Jade Cargill has only been wrestling
1, 2.
She's been wrestling for less than 5 years. Might be coming up just on 5 years now. Actually, that's not an awful long time.
Yeah, she's on the Mamba Ant timeline of things of Kenneth Killgore as well. Bunch of fresh heads into the business. And it's quite interesting to know that those, oh man, look at the strength! She just hoisted the man. If it was anyone other than Agent Fox, they're getting. Oh damn. Agent Fox is perhaps the only competitor that's gonna fight out of that because Cargill had bad intent. But Agent Fox making Macho Man proud. He studies the game. Big elbow drop. 1, 2. Woo!
And all the weight of Agent Fox dropping across the collarbone of Cargill still wasn't enough to put her down. But Agent Fox now
rose up. Cargill misses a leaping maneuver right there. Fox
looking to take the She-Hulk out. And look at that.
Backing up. Fox slowly to the feet. Big uppercut. Back to the
Look at
feet.
Cargill. She really is poetry in motion. I mean,
Oh, most certainly so. Most certainly so. Agent
and
Fox.
Jaded.
Another Jaded. 1, 2. Mama said, oh.
And Agent Fox able to kick out. Now, Cargill with the crossface. Crossface applied to Agent Fox. India Savage looks on.
Quite interesting. Getting Jade Cargill applying submission maneuvers. That's gonna
High danger situation.
Swinging her off the ropes. Ducking down. Fox ducked up again. Big Superman punch. Hooks the leg.
And Jay was running the ropes. Probably didn't see that coming.
What? What? Oh my God!
Kip up. Rack him up. Are you kidding me? The athleticism of this woman is otherworldly. You know, we talk about Jade being superhuman, but she really just put it on display right there.
Fox was up on her shoulders, and now in bad position after the submission game, probably slowing down the Giant. Going down! Jaded hooks the leg. Down, ref. 2, 3. And oh, come on. Oh, godly. Thank Lord have mercy.
Well, that is Jade Cargill for you. All that in a bag of chips. She really is the total package. Reminds you of Lex Luger. If we're talking about just the look, the physique, what she brings to the table, and she only goes up from here. You can't go down, folks. Especially after a win like that. Jaded in the middle of the ring. Jade Cargill picking up the win here on TIF, helping her momentum, and perhaps putting the Women's Heavyweight Championship in danger.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that debut of Jade Cargill is not all we have of TIF Crossroads. We have more on and up next. We're gonna see Cody Rhodes take on Icehouse Jones, another man of military lineage, up next, and in the main event.
And we are back on TIF. We just saw Jade Cargill pick up perhaps the biggest win of her career so far, taking down Agent Fox with Jaded. And now we have singles action for you. First, him himself, Carmelo Hayes, making his entrance here. Much to the chagrin of these fans here in Tokyo, Japan.
Oh yeah, he's full of himself. Listen, love Melo, but the guy needs a reality check. And I hope tonight is the night he gets it, as he is in the ring with some straight bruisers and the likes of Ilja, Dragonuv, and Sheamus. This is for #1 contention for the TIF US Championship, held by none other than Penta. And let me just, again, Penta reigning as long as he has as champion goes to show the ability, shows the straight power. Not even just power, but the willpower, as I so to say. That's the word. The willpower of the man. He's taking down all types of foes, and even going on to the other side of other company and giving some of the AWF guys their best match. And that's saying a lot, but it's more so saying a lot about the man that holds the belt, is what I'm trying to get at.
It also shows the fear-mongering capability of Penta. I mean, a lot of people haven't even got as far as getting a shot because they don't want one. They know what Penta does to men in the ring. You know, it goes beyond professional wrestling. It's assault. You walk after a Pentagon match, and there's years taken off your career. You can't hold your children the same way that you used to after wrestling Pentagon. But Sheamus is one of those men who honestly couldn't give a damn. I mean, he's got courage oozing out of every single one of those red Irish hairs. He has the pride of an Irishman and a Celtic warrior.
Most certainly he does, making his TIF Crossroads debut as well into the ring. And I'm just going to say, this place for Sheamus, he's got to feel like he's in a golden kingdom, in a metaphorical sense. This has to be like heaven for his wrestling heart.
Sheamus No sort of physicality is going to be in this matchup. Nice clash of styles here too. Carmelo Hayes is more modernized American style, will take to the skies, while you see Sheamus, in Europe over there. Bar fights and wrestling are practically synonyms. And this man right here, Ilja Dragunov, the man of the working class, the man of the people. Intensity in those eyes. When you look into those eyes, you see the struggles of his parents. You see the struggles of his people. You see the struggles of the man himself. The Mad Dragon is what they call him. And he looks to breathe fire all over this matchup.
And they say that, wrestling is as real as it gets. But I might even go as far as to say, people go on and say Gunther has the most passion in the business today. I think Dragunov's passion for the business is like an Eiffel Tower to Gunther's freedom. And this is certainly his bread and butter. It's not the first time he's tried for this U.S. Championship. Penta beat him via roll-up last time around, and it's stung ever since. And he still looks to claim the title he feels is one day to rightfully be his. In this triple threat action, well, it's no better time than the present for Mr. Look into his eyes. Look at him. Pan in. Closer. Closer. Closer, camera. Closer. There you go. You're looking at a future TIF champion. If it's not the U.S. belt, damn it, it's going to be something. It's going to be a tag team championship. It's going to be anything.
That lost the Pentagon. It stung Dragunov because he walks into every match prepared to take amount of suffering. And this is supposed to be a triple threat match.
And it's now far from the eyes to see.
Gold medalist, or at least in his heyday, the most prolific gold medalist in professional wrestling. Kurt Angle, the wrestling machine, former IWGP champion himself, is coming here back in Japan to wrestle three of the most physical guys, the most athletic guys in professional wrestling today. But that's the mindset of Kurt Angle: intensity, intelligence, and, well, I forgot the other eye, folks, but he's probably going to put on display here tonight.
I'm stunned. Kurt Angle is going to be... he's ready. He's game. He looks intense. If there's any sort of an ace card that can match the intensity I just mentioned from Dragunov, from Sheamus no less, Carmelo Hayes, I'm sorry, there's an anomaly here. Carmelo Hayes feels in his heart he's gonna somehow get and traverse out of this match. Yeah, right, buddy. You're in the ring with someone
don't get it twisted.
one.
Carmelo Hayes can do things in that ring I don't think I've ever seen before. He can fly across from one rope to the other. That's not something that either three of these men can bring to the table. Sure, they bring that physicality. They'll break your bones, but Carmelo Hayes will hit you from all angles. That's what you need to watch out for. Dragunov with the exploited suplex, Carmelo Hayes with a super kick. And if you are Hayes, if you're Dragunov, you have the youth on your side. It shot the single like Kurt Angle did. And just like that, Dragunov is caught in the grips of the wrestling machine. Carmelo Hayes trying to save it for himself.
A clothesline from Sheamus. Mello, right hand. I think it doesn't get more United States potential champion than Angle himself, who has never quite held the belt. Down.
Well, he proudly represents the U.S. He represented the U.S. in the 1996 Olympics.
Dragunov, it's a damn apple in his hand. What the hell does an apple do in another ring?
Well, I heard those Germans love their apples.
At the Angle.
Perhaps trying to provide a distraction to Kurt Angle, who has a light tube right now, an Olympic gold medalist, especially in freestyle wrestling with a light tube, is not something you ever want to see. Dark alleyway wrestling ring. And now Carmelo Hayes with a wicked shot to Angle. To the corner he goes. Sheamus just reeling back. What's Hayes got in mind?
Big up and down.
And the cockiness from Hayes is really what's going to help him in this matchup. I mean, like you said before, these three guys are near impenetrable. I mean, these three, their mindset and the way they approach wrestling, they have that intensity about them that makes them fearful. And I guess Carmelo Hayes doesn't have that same intensity. But his athleticism speaks for itself. You saw Dragonuv lift the entire weight of Angle on his shoulders and suplex him on the back of that table. Un
with the
Basikbar
light
is no joke, ladies and
swing
gentlemen.
and missed. Sheamus big booting, tosses away Angle to the side. Up, and here comes Carmelo. No! Dragonuv rolling into it.
Oh, look
Angle
at the
shoots the double
strength,
leg.
the strength.
Out of the ring
Oh
goes
my
Mello.
goodness.
Sheamus ready to tap out. But no.
Hayes just dumped outside of the ring. And now, perhaps a War 2 fronts the two Europeans going after the American.
Into the ring. Sheamus. The clubbing blows he's going to take from Angle. Pumps it up in a suplex.
And that is going to be
Carmelo
Angle's game this entire time. Oh my goodness, Dragonuv. The human head is not supposed to take impacts like that. But if there's any man who can, it's Ilja Dragonuv with a power slam. I mean, we've seen him
shovel from Angle to
take punishment
Sheamus.
such as that. You talk about his matches with Gunther, not only in WWE NXT UK, but also on the independent circuit. Him and Gunther are two men who are bound to do this dance forever. But right now, Dragonuv has his sights set on Penta.
Look at
As
Sheamus!
do these three other men, and Sheamus with a colossal bro kick. Man, Angle was always going to leave here with his head off his shoulders.
Do we have to mention the broken neck? We haven't done it the entire program, have we? Did we mention the guy won the medal with a broken freaking neck? Here's Hayes, down on the back. And so that big kick from Sheamus, well, no matter what, that is always going to have some effect, even after the accomplished career of Angle. Right hand and Sheamus locked up. Look at the game. Look at the game. Now, I've all respect to Triple H, but I think that the game nickname also suits Kurt Angle. Quite frankly, so he knows probably every hold in the book and how to counter them at that. Oh, right there, the backbreaker. The trifecta from the Celtic Warrior.
He calls that the Irish curse because he's got that supernatural strength to hoist the grown man up, just break his back across his own knee. That's only something that an Irishman can come up with. And Hayes trying to pin Angle, that would have done wonders for him. Imagine pinning the most prolific Olympic gold medalist. But Hayes now might be on the opposite end of a pinfall himself. Stays with the bro kick. But you see Angle trying to tap out Ilja Dragonuv.
And Sheamus is not going to let Angle take away the glory. For Sheamus
trying to tap out the Mad Dragon.
For Sheamus to show up and clinch a title shot, his second match in the TIF, could very much so end up being a title match. Hooks the leg. 1, 2.
Mad Dragon able to kick out. We know the resiliency of Ilja Dragunov. We know the tenacity and the integrity that was the other eye of Kurt Angle. And we know the brutality that Sheamus can possess, but we also know the smarminess, the in-ring IQ of Carmelo Hayes.
Here comes
Look at
Sheamus! Dragunov out the way.
If you notice, Hayes is being avoidant. Didn't avoid that, though, belly-to-belly suplex.
Look at
and
the mirroring of Angle and Sheamus out-wrestling their respective opponents for that moment right there.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily call what Sheamus did out-wrestling. He just picked up Dragunov and slammed him down. I mean, that was his brute strength from the Celtic Warrior.
Hayes
in
my pursuit of Angle.
Elevation clothesline right there.
Why Hayes not even letting Kurt get to land outside peacefully? That's not nice. Sheamus double axed, and here comes the whoa.
Oh, here we go. Celtic Cross. Sheamus with a
down.
chance to become IWGP US champion if he wins the match against Penta, but
Oh!
no.
Down goes the
And Kurt Angle
referee.
flying. Still has that athleticism after all these years. Once it's ingrained in you, once you compete for Olympic gold, it's hard to get it out of you, but
The big boot.
Dragonuv now with a jackknife, but the referee's down, didn't see it. Sheamus taking
Sheamus
care of that one.
whipped into the corner. Here comes Dragonuv, big uppercut to Melo. And another one to Sheamus.
The acceleration that Dragonuv can generate off of one of those uppercuts, or even the Torpedo Moscow, a weapon that he hasn't employed in this matchup yet. But trust me, folks, it's coming.
Here, out of the ring. Sheamus back up and down goes Angle. Melo has Dragonuv on the ropes. Now it's Melo in a place he doesn't want to be. Ducks like Neo out the way. Sheamus catches him. The clothesline tried to take Dragonuv down. Here comes the pain.
Bro. And that's exactly what I was referring to in the opening moments of the matchup. Carmelo Hayes is dynamic. He's agile. He'll get you from where you don't expect.
Angle scoops up and out the way. Angle and Sheamus going at it. Look at Sheamus. Look, oh my God, Angle. Into the corner turnbuckle, into the corner table. Set up by Dragonuv. And Melo. Get out of there.
Carmelo Hayes feeling the punishment from getting put through that table.
And Melo
Dragonuv
right back up, try to sledgehammer, not to be scooped up out the way, float over DDT.
I think Dragonuv has earned himself the moral victory in this matchup. I have to say, he has been all over. Carmelo Hayes tried one of those picture-perfect drop kicks. Sheamus scouted it. Angle throwing himself back into the mix.
Big went for the right, not to be. Angle
Look
down.
At that. Shoots the single leg, and he sort of mocks Sheamus. He spins around him.
Here's
I mean, let's be honest, folks. When it comes to the amateur style, as good as these three men are, they're not touching Kurt Angle.
Well, I don't know about... Oh, wait, Dragonuv exactly did that. He did not touch Angle. He got out of the way of the potential ankle lock, but now has Sheamus caught up and boom!
Cross to the Mad Dragon. Carmelo Hayes.
Angle, out the ring he goes. Hayes causing disruptions. Big drop kick.
Hayes saving his chances. Angle and Dragonuv are down. If Hayes wants to make an impact, if he wants to hit a big move, the time is now. Dragonuv might have sensed that. That's why he's up. These two young athletes find themselves in the middle of the ring again. Oh, my goodness.
Armbar transition. Angle with a barbed wire baseball bat to Hayes. 1, 2, no. And a drop kick. Scoops it.
Angle is bleeding now. He's bleeding from the brow, but he shot the single leg, and he's got another ankle lock. But Hayes has been breaking up these deciding pinfalls and submissions. He's been the guy to save the match for himself and everybody.
Sheamus swinging to the back of Hayes.
Look at this.
And another
Exploder suplex.
You know, getting hit with an exploder suplex at the same time that barbed wire hits your head can't be a fun experience. I'll have to ask him how that feels. Hooks the leg. 1,
Angle slam.
2.
This close. Everyone here in Japan could see it. It was this close. That Angle slam to Sheamus. Dragonuv shoots the double leg. Jackknife. Is this
Angle
it?
pops it back
He's
up.
Gonna get it to the ring. Angle reverses. This could be a bad position for him.
Big clothesline.
Can we talk about the significance? Ilja Dragunov just landed a double leg takedown to Kurt Angle. I mean, it might be in the midst of a matchup. There might be two other people he's got to deal with, but that is still momentous. And now, Sheamus out of the ring.
Sheamus. Angle is there, and Dragunov, big elbow.
And if you're Pentagon, you're watching these wolves scrap over what you've got already. You're seeing the tenacity of these men, the physicality of these men, what they're willing to do just to earn a shot, much less them being in a match with the title. This is just to earn a shot at the U.S. Championship, and they're putting everything here on the line on Crossroads.
Here's Sheamus back up with the shovel in hand. Whack to Dragonuv, clothesline, Mello to both
And how much
gentlemen.
more punishment? How much more punishment can Ilja Dragunov take? Carmelo Hayes might say this is the end for it. Carmelo Hayes might have it now, but Ilja Dragunov still unbesiegbar, invincible. That's what that means in his home tongue of German. And he stands by that. He will never die as long as he calls himself unbesiegbar. But Carmelo Hayes, well, he says he's got the answer. He's got that first 48.
Angle, big float overhooks it. Oh my God, explosion. Sheamus, neck break.
What's the? Oh my! Did you see the impact on that neck? That was intentional. Don't let anything convince you otherwise. Sheamus right there tried to put Kurt Angle, who is infamous for having a broken neck at this point. He tried to put him on the shelf. He tried to put him out this match for good.
Well, nothing that Sheamus is unfamiliar with. Big kick from Hayes sends the shovel flying out the hands. Dragunov playing king of the ring. He can set up shop right now.
Well, listen, Sheamus has always been a brutal, vicious competitor. He might be in everyone's good graces right now, but Sheamus, this low roads that he crosses sometimes.
And here Hayes back into the ring. 3 men involved in the in-ring action. Dragunov, Hayes catches him up, hooks him, jump shot. Hooks the leg.
And Hayes is going to try and go for the cover, not realizing that Sheamus is already up. And the Celtic Warriors, you didn't get the chance to break it up. Ilja Dragunov again kicking out of a big move. And Kurt Angle
there
out of
goes
nowhere.
Carmelo Hayes!
This athletic freak, just popping out of nowhere, grabbing Carmelo Hayes from behind and launching him about 4 feet into that table. Good God, what was the universe thinking when they made Kurt Angle?
Oh my God, Sheamus with a suplex. And down goes Dragunov, and his head hit the apron. The hardest part of the ring. And it's Mello and Angle in the ring. Sheamus to join.
Well, Hayes trying to split things up between the two of them. Left Angle groggy, left Sheamus groggy. But now, jump shot. Hayes hit it clean. Sheamus isn't realizing what's going on. Ilja Dragunov was trying to interrupt.
Whoa!
And
he hit him!
Those wooden steps just collapsing over Hayes and Sheamus. Angle rolling out of the ring. And Sheamus is going to try a Celtic cross. Oh, whoa, no. Hayes scouted it.
And out of the ring goes Hayes.
Taking out him. Again, the Tsar of the ring, Dragunov. A standoff. Angle staring daggers into the young man. Sheamus wants a piece too.
Sheamus is going to have an encounter with Angle.
Oh my goodness. The Celtic Warrior just running over Angle.
Dragunov is playing a smart game here. He's catching all his strength back. All his breath is, letting his body rest for just a second after the punishment. Double down, Angle and Sheamus. Here comes Dragunov. 1, 2.
Another double leg.
See you
cover.
Again, Penta!
You got it. Ilja Dragunov outsmarting. And usually you would see the Tsar putting his body first and his mind second. But right there, Carmelo Hayes sliding into the ring, got a double leg takedown shot on him. Jackknife cover. Angle and Sheamus were knocked out in the outside from the Angle slam that he delivered. But Ilja Dragunov has booked himself yet another date with Pentagon. And for any man, I'm not sure that's something that you say with a happy tone. But for Ilja Dragunov, who's used to the pain, who's used to the fire of the pain, the Mad Dragon gets another shot at the champ. We have more TIF Crossroads coming up next.
here we are, ladies and gentlemen, one of the co-main events. AWF Intercontinental Championship on the line. It's a double IC main. Cody Rhodes versus Ice House Jones. It's live from Tokyo, Japan right now. I am the commentator A. Beside me, my partner K. And there you see the blue steel cage hovering over the ring, ready to descend on the competitors and bring potential hell. This match did happen at AWF Survivor Series Backlash on September 1st. However, there was a party from the AWF that got involved in the match. Vincenzo, the Don of Tipville USA, they call him. You know, the guys with the Tipville USA logo we saw in Bad Blood. Now, I wouldn't know that logo would have been bad foreshadowing, because weeks later he screwed Cody out of a title. He showed, he beat on Icehouse Jones. He beat on Cody. He beat on the referee too. Point is, I fully believe, without the interference, Mr. Rhodes will be standing here, AWF Intercontinental Champion. And, Kay, they've had delinquents hold that belt over the last few times. Icehouse Jones, one of the first honorable IC champs yet again.
From what I hear about Icehouse Jones, he's an honorable man, like you said. He's a disciplined man, another military veteran. And that's something that the American Nightmare can certainly respect. But all that goes out the window. All the admiration, all the love, all the camaraderie, the brotherly love, so to speak, goes out the window when you're fighting for a prize like the AWF Intercontinental Championship. And Cody knows a thing or two about prizes. I mean, his story is really one of the more compelling stories in wrestling. He has a father who's legendary in his own right, Dusty Rhodes, who fought for championships the same way that Cody does, through sweat, through hard work, and definitely through blood. You might see that bleached blonde hair turn crimson if the goings of this steel cage match turns out how it's supposed to be.
And Icehouse Jones, for him and his championship, it means a lot to him. He's been someone that held the belt with an intention to bring the honor back to it, to show what it's like to be a true in-ring, he's a luchador, as you can tell with the mask, the bright blue he wears and whatnot. But ever since winning this Intercontinental Championship, I've watched this tape. Interestingly so, yes, he does go off the ropes, but Icehouse Jones has grounded his game significantly since that belt has come into his life.
And Icehouse Jones, that Intercontinental Championship is slowly but surely becoming synonymous with him. He has been defending that championship, and he has been showing that he is able to evolve. But now this is a test that I'm sure Icehouse Jones is ready for, but I mean, he'll only know when that bell rings and that first lockup happens, when you first feel out your opponent. And yes, he has faced Cody Rhodes before. It was interrupted by Vincenzo, but now this is a different environment. Both men should have learned something from that interrupted match. And we're going to see the learnings and the fruits of their labor play out here in this matchup, I'm sure of it.
Most certainly so. Here we are, TIF Crossroads. I'm thinking about the boys of the AWF, because I'm just from, this steel cage. It's good that this is coming down, because, we could even have had a situation where, like on AWF SmackDown a couple weeks ago, where Seth Rollins gift-wrapped an undisputed title to an AWF superstar. That was our world titles that Seth Rollins gift-wrapped to another company. So yes, having a steel cage down where no one of the TIF can, clearly so we've seen TIF and AWF parties screw over both their own team, so to say, which is interesting to note. And Seth Rollins still has yet to comment on what he did to Punk, but if I'm ever a man that's smart, I say get the hell out of Dodge. If I don't even think Seth should return. I don't think Seth should come back. If Punk and Seth go and walk around, we gonna have more than just a brawl out. We might have a shootout. AWF, you know how them Chicago boys that get down. You know how them South boys get down. Icehouse Jones, most certainly a Memphis, Tennessee native, holding up the AWF IC Championship. The referee showing Cody Rhodes in the steel cage, getting ready to come down right now. The bell sounds, K. Here we go. Scoop. Oh, man! Crossroads! Hooks the leg! 1,
Cody Rhodes getting to work
2.
right now. You know, Cody Rhodes does have experience in steel cage matches. So does Icehouse Jones. Both infamously, both had viral moments. Icehouse Jones throwing his son, A.G. Jones, off a Hell in a Cell at the AWF event Bloodsport. And Cody Rhodes, of course, that match against Wardlow back in the early days of AEW, that moonsault off the cage. Both these men are willing to take risks. Both these men are willing to put each other on the highlight reel to retain the Intercontinental Championship. But right now, it's looking at very catch as catch can. And as I say that, folks, Cody Rhodes got patented moonsault off the turnbuckle. And now trying to escape the cage, it seems.
Springing up with life, Cody. Here, down. Slowly back
Not the
to
kind of
feet.
fall you want to be taking early here. Cody Rhodes with a dragon screw. And if you're Cody Rhodes, even seeing that Icehouse Jones has been leaning towards this ground submission game, whatever he likes to call it. I mean, he has a disaster kick, and yes, we just saw the patented moonsault, but what can Cody Rhodes really do to stop that? He has an amateur wrestling background, state champion,
This is the title,
in amateur wrestling. So he knows a thing or two about a takedown, but I mean, that was a long ways ago. Icehouse Jones, I've heard he's been training in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Kimura.
You can see it right there. Kimura lock. That's almost perfect technique. He's stepping over the head, and look at that. Cody Rhodes escaping. It has to be deflating and demoralizing for the Intercontinental Champion. Cody Rhodes right into the cage. And the reason we put men in these cages is to keep other men out, but to also keep the warriors in. It's shaped like a dog kennel for a reason. It allows for brutality. It allows for things you wouldn't otherwise think of had the cage not been down.
Here the shots to the back. Wraps him up yet again. Another Crossroads! That's 3 of them! 1! What? He didn't get a 1. He didn't even get 1! Big Hurricane Rana takedown. Icehouse jogging in place. Here he comes up, and there goes Rhodes take. Oh my, whoa!
And a La Mystica armbar, Fujiwara armbar applied. Cody Rhodes with a nice forward roll. This is going to be cerebral. I can already tell. This is really going to be a battle of the minds here.
Icehouse springing off the ropes. Crash landing to Cody. Jones going up. Down. Oh, looking down to Cody. He's still climbing. Jones is at the top of the cage. He's going to escape. He's going to escape. Icehouse Jones. He doesn't get paid by the hour, folks. Cody's back up. Going up, and it's too late. It's too
Cody's
late.
Going to try to chase him. I say he's going to try to pull him through the cage. Gives you flashbacks to WrestleMania 10 between Owen Hart and Brett. But Icehouse Jones scrambling out of there right here in Japan. Steel cage match. Icehouse Jones, the Intercontinental Champion, both feet hit the floor. And he gets to walk down the aisle back into the curtain as the AWF's Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion.
And good for him. There he stands, that could have gotten ugly. He's an Intercontinental Champion. He's got to retain the belt. He defends the belt. He gets to go back home happy. And Cody, well, he's left disappointed as even a steel cage couldn't get him that title. It's back to the drawing board for Mr. Rhodes. But in the main event, we have more TIF Crossroads up next. Oh, wait, you can start it actually right now. 1, 2, 3.
And right here, the main event of TIF Crossroads is a main event on any night. But specifically this night, it has a little bit of chagrin, a little bit of disdain to it. Kenneth Killgore, who has been open, and we know that he is outspoken about the things that he doesn't like happening in his company. He has been outspoken about the anger that he has been feeling ever since Deuce did what he did at AWF Survivor Series Backlash. And that anger has culminated into this. Deuce and Kenneth Killgore, two gladiators. I mean, we've seen Deuce right here on TIF. You're pretty much familiar with him at this point. He has that no-nonsense in-the-ring style. And Kenneth Killgore, folks, if you're not familiar with him, well, you will be after tonight.
You hear that? You hear that? Oh my. Certainly not. This is Kenneth Killgore's TIF Crossroads debut. And the fans, some of them, they're booing the hell out of him, but a few, they're up and cheering. Kenneth Killgore, you know, he's a wrestling connoisseur of his own right. So it has to feel, even no matter the circumstance, there's got to be a good feeling for him to wrestle a Crossroads match.
And if you're also not familiar with Kenneth Killgore, the reason that he's wearing that shirt is because he is, let's just say he has a little dislike towards Hulk Hogan. And that's something that's a demon that he needs to exercise. But right now, I hope he's not focused on anything red and yellow. I hope he's focused on Deuce and the TIF Intercontinental Championship.
This for Kenneth, this is a big match for him because Kenneth Killgore himself has not held a singles championship in professional wrestling since September 4th, 2023. And there you see the anomaly, Deuce. More than a year without singles gold for Kenneth Killgore. It's not more than a year since he's competed for it. But he has to feel some sort of way when he gets to a match like this. This is even more of a match. This is a grudge. Because Deuce, he hasn't said a word to anybody since getting that belt. He took the belt from Jey Uso on SmackDown that meets Crossroads, and ever since, he has held it. He's held it with no word to his AWF guys, and certainly no word to me and Kay when we tried to get something out of him. He is a champion of no words, but the resume, well, it speaks for itself.
And listen, I think that this is less about the championship and more about the men. Deuce used to be all for the AWF. He used to be for Chaos. He used to be one of the guys to spearhead. And Kenneth Killgore will swear up and down any hallway you find him in that he, along with Mamba Ant, built the AWF on his back. So what Deuce did, he took it as disrespect. And Kenneth Killgore has never been a man to tolerate disrespect, especially from a competitor on the level of Deuce.
For Kenneth Killgore, he does have to worry. You have to be wary because last time they fought one-on-one, he did lose to the signature of submission game of the anomaly.
The rolling knee bar, and that rolling knee bar took Tamatonga, one of our own, off the shelf for a good deal. Kenneth Killgore, I'm sure that he's replayed that moment over and over in his head.
There you see Revenant of his tag partner. It was it's I don't know what is AK-170? Was it the equivalent of Bullet Club now? Are they even a tag team? And what are we doing here with them? You see Revenant out here with them.
I'm not necessarily sure, but that large individual ringside, my partner's calling him Revenant, so I'll call him that too. And of course, legendary Triple H and his beau Stephanie McMahon accompanying them.
The co-GM Stephanie is of the AWF show, AWF SmackDown. Deuce has ruined and has ruptured business for a lot of people, including them. With his actions, they've taken it now to Japan. Kenneth Killgore and Deuce meet in a Crossroads main event. Two AWF superstars, and they're here. And woo! They're
and look at this.
Part of the same crop. Oh, Deuce put in his time on the indies, wrestled in Dom Court Wrestling, and also had, an interesting... Beautiful rollover. And Kenneth Killgore, chicken wing. Kenneth Killgore getting his time in on the Indies of the Bronx. And, of course, the number 4 ranked wrestler in high school in New York City. It wouldn't even be New York State, goddammit. And here, oh my God! Another ankle lock and a rope break. Deuce.
These two high caliber athletes, I mean, they're in shape. If you look at them, they're in shape. They look like Olympic level athletes. And Deuce now is going to start working over Kenneth Killgore. And, you know, I wish I could give a game plan for either of these two men, but I got to say, in my opinion, they're equally matched. These two guys are way too talented. They're way too adaptable in a wrestling ring. And now, that's exactly what I mean. That's exactly what I mean, folks. Rolling knee bar by Kenneth Killgore.
Yet he is, like I said, Killgore, a holy kip up from the Anomaly.
That might have just angered Killgore as he's walking Deuce now. He's going to try to ring the arm. This is an old school wrestling move right there. And anything about Kenneth Killgore, you got to know that he's old school. He's a traditionalist, whether you like it or not.
Oh, big clothesline. Ran him with another big clothesline. Deuce is locked loopy for a second. Here he comes. Big hit. Kick. Rolls him up. What the hell? Into a snap suplex.
And Kenneth Killgore must be enjoying every single bit of that. A little bit of retribution to get your hands on the man who made you lose perhaps the biggest match of your life.
And a chop across the chest. The rights, the lefts. Anomaly throws him into the corner. Kick right there, elbow. Meeting of the minds.
Now we're trying to take back control. Killgore's having none of it. Off the ropes.
And a spear! TIF!
An explosive spear, mind you.
IC Championship on the line. 1, 2, no, not 3.
Kenneth Killgore is going to have to try and overcome the resilience of Deuce, which we have seen is not an easy feat. All we have to do is take you back to apparently when Deuce, and an elbow drop while Deuce was standing. I don't think I've seen that from Killgore before. When Deuce was the AWF champion, apparently he defeated Mamba Ant at Bloodsport in that match. I mean, I've seen it just to get a record on what Deuce is able to do.
The Anomaly finally getting words from Triple H. And most certainly so, the locals of outside roaring, and so the Anomaly having words with Triple H we couldn't quite hear, of course. And wait!
Oh, right there in the crown jewels.
And the match is over! It's over!
Deuce, again being avoidant, again not giving the people what they want. The TIF Intercontinental Champion disgracing the main event we had here on Crossroads.
And my God of mercy. That is the end of TIF Crossroads. Kenneth Killgore wins, but he does not get the championship. And we will have another Crossroads episode, probably perhaps this weekend or in the upcoming week.
To wake up a very furious man in a lot of pain, but furious as well. And I'm sure that the collective audiences of both AWF and TIF are wondering what the hell has gotten into Deuce.
Thank you, folks, for watching. And we will see you later. You can catch us on September 29th.